how you keep the team self-motivated and do better and take ownership of things, especially now in this environment where everybody is
Yeah.
remote. Do you have any tips on
Yeah, no,
there?
I mean, so I think basically ownership is sort of everything for engineers, and when they have it, they come alive. It's like when you own something and you feel like you have, and so that means a number of things, right? That means that you've got to set up your teams in such a way that they own the stuff that they build. If they're kind of handing off the stuff to another team in some other place, and they don't get woken up in the middle of the night when there's no sense of urgency for any of the code that's getting pushed out, then I think it's really hard because they don't have ownership, and it's hard to be motivated about something that you're never even gonna be held accountable for. And so I think ownership is something that people take pride in, and having that is really sort of a big deal. What it sort of comes down to is just basically people owning the stuff that they build, and I think that leads to a lot of a lot of motivation for people to take pride in it, because if and also thinking about it like a team owning it versus an individual, right? Like if um, a group of people own something and you write a piece of code that has a bug in it and ends up waking your colleague up, I mean that sort of guaranteed the next when you go in to work and you do the RCA, the root cause analysis for what went wrong, guaranteed you're not going to make that mistake again, right? Because you woke your colleague up. And so
True.
I think it's about kind of being hands off, trusting a little bit, and giving people ownership, right? Which also means, like, for a lot of managers it's hard to do that, right? But you have to trust that. You have to also kind of let people make mistakes, right? And so you have to trust that they're going to do the right thing, and I think that's part of it. And managers that kind of just start out tend to be super micromanagey, want to approve every line of code, nitpick about things, and so I think that leads to a lack of ownership. I think that leads to people not being as engaged and motivated because they don't even feel like it's their stuff anymore. They feel like someone's going to come in and just
True.
kind of sort of take this away from me or tell me it's completely wrong, right? But I think that's a big deal. Is basically that trust leads to, and again, there will be some mistakes, but I think it's really
Sure.
important that people go through those phases, if that makes sense.
No, this is a very good advice, that have a trust in your team. And as you said, the new managers often make this mistake. They want to be everywhere and they want to manage everything. And for sure, I made this mistake
And
earlier
we
in
all
my
do. We all
career.
do, right? Like when
So,
we're first thrust into the
right.
job. I mean, that's
True, exactly. So, no, I think it is very important. I hope people learn from this that to keep team motivated, it is to show the trust and give them the ownership. So, this is a very important point. And so now, if you see today's day and time, this remote culture, and organizations are struggling all around, all across US at least, to retain their employees. And I'm wondering if you thought about what